What's happening, guys? I'm Alan and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a lead guitar tutorial over Fresh Wind by Hillsong Worship. I'll have tabs running across the top of the screen throughout this entire video, but if you do want your very own tab that you can look at by yourself and print off, that'll be available over on Patreon. And I'll be making a video of me playing this electric guitar part through the entire song, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. I'll link that as soon as it's ready. In the song, it's kind of hard to hear the electric. For a lot of it, it's pretty much in the background in the mix, but there are some parts where it kind of comes out and is a little more in the foreground. But I did my best to figure this out. I'd say probably somewhere between like 90 to 95% accurate. I think it's pretty close. We're not going to play anything until the fourth verse, and that comes in around a minute and 30 into the song. So here's what the fourth verse sounds like. It's just kind of this little palm muted rhythmic riff. All right, let's walk through that real quick. So we're going to put our first finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, the ring finger on the 5th fret of the D string, and then the pinky on the 5th fret of the G. And we're just going to hold that shape. And then our picking pattern, we're going to hit the B string, the D, the G, and the D. So that first half is like... And then we'll go B, G, D, G, D. So the second half's a little faster. So we put all that together, we have... So we'll do that twice. Then we'll go to our next shape where we bar across the 5th fret of the D, G, and the B. And then we'll put the ring finger on the 7th fret of the G string. We'll do the exact same picking pattern. Then we just play this whole thing 2 times. Let's run through it one more time. Feel free to play along with me this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it for the 4th verse. On the chorus, we're just going to play some big chords and kind of let those ring for 4 beats each. So here's what the chorus sounds like first, just to play it for you one time. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's walk through each one of those chord shapes. So we're going to start off on an F chord, and for that we'll bar across the 10th fret of the D and the G, and we'll put the pinky on the 13th fret of the B string, and just kind of strum all the 3 of those strings that we're holding down. Let them ring for 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. For the A minor, go ahead and leave that pinky in the same place, and we'll put our middle finger on the 12th fret of the A string, and the ring finger on the 13th fret of the G. Just kind of mute the D string. I'm going to use my first finger to do that, or you can just kind of lay the middle finger over. And we're going to strum that and just let that ring for 4 beats as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll go to our C chord where we're hitting the 10th fret of the D, the 12th fret of the G, and then the 13th fret of the B string. Let that ring for 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to our G chord where we're going to hit the 10th fret of the A string, the 12th fret of the G, and the 12th fret of the B string. This one's only going to go for 3 beats. 1, 2, 3. Then on beat 4, we're going to bar across the 9th fret of the D and G strings, and then we'll put the middle finger on the 10th fret of the D string. And the reason that I'm barring is to make this transition a little bit easier going to the F chord again, because it's kind of a fast transition. And it basically just repeats. So again, we're back on that F chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to G. 1, 2, 3, 4. this last chord, it's basically like an F shape that we would play way down here, just moved up to where it starts on the 8th fret. So it's a, what is that, like a C chord, yeah. All right, let's run through the chorus one more time together. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's all for the chorus. My microphone keeps falling down, so let me fix that really quick, and we'll jump back into this. These SM7Bs are really heavy, so it's hard to find a stand to hold this thing up. Okay, be right back. On the tag, we'll play a little 16th note lead line. Let's just kind of run through that real quick. This part's not too hard. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's real briefly go over that. So we're going to start off on the 10th fret of the B string, and we're going to do this for basically 8 times or 2 beats. So it's like 1 E and a 2 E and a. We'll go to the 13th fret, same thing, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Back to the 10th fret, 1 E and a, 2 E and a. In the 13th, 3 E and a. In the 10th fret, 4 E and a. And we'll go to the 12th fret, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a. And then we're going to bend this 12th fret up like a half step to where it sounds like the 13th fret, hopefully, and then we'll kind of let it bend back down. And we'll pick it 4 times. We'll go to the 10th fret for 1 full measure. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. And we just repeat the whole thing. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. And we'll just end on the 10th fret there at the end when it kind of goes into the bridge. So that's all for the tag. Next, let's go over the bridge, and on this part we're going to play all 32nd notes. Luckily the tempo of the song is not very fast, so that makes this a little more achievable. We're going to start off on the 12th fret of the E string. Here's what it sounds like. Ready, go. So we probably don't need to go over that too much, but we'll just kind of go over the fret numbers, I guess. So we'll start off on the 12th fret of the E string. We're going to strum this back and forth for 1 full measure. So basically you're hitting like 8 times per beat, if that makes sense. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And basically just repeat that exact same thing over again. So hopefully that helps you out with the bridge. Now let's go over the very last chorus of the song. Here you kind of have some options as far as what you could play. You could either play what we did on the previous chorus, just play some really big open chords and strum them, go kind of crazy. But however, in the background there's a little riff that you can hear, and it's probably the rhythm guitar that's doing it, but I think out of everything that's happening, it's the coolest sounding part. So it's what I'm going to go ahead and play, especially if you're the only guitar player. You can kind of pick and choose some of these riffs. But here's what it sounds like. Ready, go. So I don't know how much we need to go over that, but we'll at least go over our fret numbers and maybe talk about the rhythm a little bit. So most of this is just kind of 16th notes, but we're going to go back and forth between the 9th fret and the 10th fret of the G. So it's like 9, 10, 9, 10. We'll go up to the 8th fret of the E, and then 10, 9, 10, 9. So kind of maybe like the first half of the riffs, like. We're going to hit the 10th fret of the G, then the 12th fret of the G, and the 13th fret of the B. We'll strum that 4 times. So, and that's basically our riff. We just kind of repeat it. In this very last measure where we're going to a G chord, we're going to hit the 12th fret of the G string with the ring finger, and then the 12th fret of the B with the pinky. We're just going to strum this for one measure, like 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and up. And then we just repeat that entire riff over again back from the beginning. So I mean, that's it for the last chorus. And guys, I think that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this tutorial video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I really hope that it helps you guys learn the song quickly without having to sit there and figure out these parts like I had to. So yeah, I know that's very time consuming. So hopefully this video saves you guys some time. Don't forget that tab is available over on Patreon if you need that. It's a little bit easier to follow along with. And the cover video should be coming out soon, and once that's ready, it'll be linked up either up in the YouTube card or down in the description. So be sure to check for those. Huge thanks to the patrons for supporting the channel. You guys really mean a lot to me, and you keep this whole thing kind of going, and hoping to crank out more videos and spend more time doing this. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you in the next one.